Dabar pas mus svečiuojasi Lorenzo Piazzi, nežinau, ar gerai ištariu pavardę, Design Library Kaunas ir Design Friends bendraįkūrėjas, vizituojantis dėstytojas KTU dizaino centre, su kolegė Gidonė Armoškaitė, Design Library Kaunas koordinatorė, kurie šiandien pristatys skaitmeninės tematinės bibliotekas, kaip išplėsti auditoriją ir paversti kultūrą savarankišku verslu. Dar kol ateina lektoriai, trumpai pasakysiu, Design Library tai tarptautinis kultūrinis projektas, pirmasis pasaulyje bibliotekų tinklas universitetams, įmonėms, dizaineriams ir medijai. Tinkle iš viso yra 3 bibliotekos ir 1800 narių. Prašau.
Labadiena, tai kaip jau minėjo, esu projekto Design Library Kaunas atstovė. Šiandien kalbėsime tema skaitmeninės tematinės bibliotekos ir kaip išplėsti auditoriją ir paversti kultūrą savarankišku verslu. Tai pirmiausia, norėčiau pakalbėti apie tai, kas slepiasi po terminu skaitmeninės tematinės bibliotekos. Bibliotekas išskiriame vietinės lokales, tai tarkime viešosios bibliotekos. Įvairiose vietose įsikūrusios bibliotekos, čia turime omeny globaliai ir kultūriškai plačiai išsidėsčiusias bibliotekas. Tai tarkime ir Design Library tinklas šiuo metu turintis padalinius Stambule, Šanchajuje, Milane ir Kaune. Taip pat mažos bendruomenių bibliotekos. Čia turime omeny tokias koncentruotas ir mažiau narių vartotojų turinčias bibliotekas, tačiau tai nebūtinai reiškia kelias dešimtis ar labai mažai žmonių, kurie naudojasi jų paslaugomis. Taigi, tematinės bibliotekos. Tai tematinių ar specifinių leidinių turinčios bibliotekos. Dažniausiai tie leidiniai vis dėlto yra gaunami iš privačių rėmėjų. Tai tarkime, mokslininkas ar filantropas nusprendžia didžiulę savo interesus atitinkančią leidinių kolekciją padovanoti tam tikrai bibliotekai. Ir tokios kolekcijos gali turėti labai retų, labai išskirtinių leidinių. Porą pavyzdžių pateiksiu šiek tiek vėliau. Skaitmeninės bibliotekos. Tai pirmiausia, koks yra didelis skaitmeninių bibliotekų privalumas, tai kad leidiniai nesusidėvi, nesuplyšta ir tuo pačiu nėra tokios tikimybės, kad jie dings. Ir tai skaitmenizuoti yra tikslinga unikalius leidinius, kurie svarbus pasaulyje, tačiau nebūtinai vietinėme kontekste, nes galbūt, tarkim, Lietuvoje tam tikros temos yra mažiau įdomios, net kalbant apie pačią Lietuvą, kurios domintų užsienyje gyvenančius žmonės. Ir skaitmenizavus tik 10% leidinių, jau galima turėti didelės įtakos ir galima paskleisti žinią, kad būtent šioje bibliotekoje yra tam tikrų šią temą susijusių leidinių. Tačiau reikia atsižvelgti ir reikia turėti omeny, kokie tai leidiniai, kodėl jie turėtų būti įdomus ir teisingai juos atrinkti. Kaip pavyzdys būtų Guggenheimo muziejuje esanti Solomon Robert kolekcija. Tai yra, jis buvo filantropas ir verslininkas ir didžiulę meno kolekciją paskyrė būtent šiam muziejui. Ir muziejus suteikia galimybę leidinius atsisiųsti PDF ar kitų formatu visiškai nemokamai. Taip pat Princetono universiteto žurnalų apie avangardą kolekcija, kuri apima 20-ojo amžiaus 3-4 dešimtmečius. Ir šie leidiniai taip pat yra pasiekiami jų internetinėme puslapyje. Toliau antroji mūsų temos dalis yra kultūra kaip savarankiškas verslas. Taigi keliamas tikslas išlaikyti save be valstybės bei įvairių fondų paramos. Tai pirmiausia, kaip ir domėjomės, žinome, kad bibliotekose taikomas kortelės mokestis, tačiau turint tam tikrą kolekciją globaliai paklausių leidinių, galima kalbėti apie narystės mokestį. Kodėl turint žmonės, kuriuos domintų tam tikri leidiniai ir kurie būtų suinteresuoti mokėti už tą narystę, tuomet galima kalbėti apie narystės trukmę. Tai tarkim, ar ji bus metinė, ar mėnesio trukmės, o galbūt skirta tik tai tam tikra leidinių pasiskolinimui, tarkime, galima su narystė pasiskolinti 10 leidinių, o tuomet reikia iš naujo mokėti ir iš naujo tapti nariu. Taip pat, kokiu būdu bus atliekama paieška. Ar jie bus tik internete, tai yra, ar būtinai fiziškai esant bibliotekoje ir tik bibliotekoje prisijungiant prie duomenų bazės, ar tai galima padaryti iš bet kur pasaulyje, kuo būtų itin aktualu užsienyje gyvenantiems žmonėms. Tai, o plačiau apie Digital Design Library pakalbės mano kolega Lorenzo.
Buongiorno. Good morning. The point of digitalizations of books, magazines, sharing on the internet, and blah blah blah, and all these arguments that everyone that is organizing a summit on libraries are speaking about today, it is basically found on two main things. The fact that we don't have a regulation, and on the other hand, that the entire system of libraries, private or public, as most of you, most of the participants of this conference are, is based on the fact that we are trying to create some sort of entertainment around our collections, and in these places, most of the times, trying to become this shopping mall of culture where you're gonna spend your Sunday time with your family in this 10,000 square meters libraries on 3 floors and 100,000 books and volumes that nobody will never consultate and access to. Digitalization's process is, of course, the answers, but on the other hand, the truth is that in the European country, in the European Union, we don't have a proper regulation to boost the process in some ways, to improve access for our users from all around, let's say the world, but for Digital Design Library, we are now focused on the European Union, right? The main topics are basically two. We are a network of physical libraries. Design Library Milan was founded in 2006 and then Istanbul and Shanghai a couple of years later. The truth is that Istanbul and Shanghai are franchising, and since I came to Design Library Milan in 2011, June 2011, I've tried to switch this that was a real business model like McDonald's. We have contents, we have a logo, we have a brand identity, we have a brand positioning, very high-ended. You can pay us to open a branch all around the world. This is not a proper meaning of network, because if someone is paying you, they can do more or less whatever they want with your contents in terms of, let's say, books, magazines, collections. When I came to Design Library in 2011, there were 11,000 books and volumes. Now we are around 20,000. It means that, on average, more or less, we didn't count page by page, we're speaking about more than 2 million hypertext page that we have started to digitize a couple of years ago. It will take another 2 years to finish to digitize the entire archive. Of course, because Digital Design Library is aimed to aggregate an international community, not only around design. Please, one very important thing is to understand that thematic libraries, as Gidonė was saying before, have to be let's say, I have 3 words in my mind, no one is good. Okay. Perceived like thematic, not in a strictly way, but in a wider as possible meaning. So around design we can involve the sections like we have in our library, sections like critics, visuals, strategic, digital, fashion, and all this kind. Also we don't have just one section that is called design, okay, as always happens when you enter a common library. You have the section design, arts, and photography, basically this. Right? We started to analyze our market, and we found out that thematics library has a huge potential based on the fact that there are users and there are contents, but there is a lag in between these two subjects. And users are already interested in that content, and there are a lot of people that would like to access that content, not to go to have a coffee with the family in these physical places that are opening all around the world, but to get access to the content, to learn something, to research, to create in some ways, and to produce in some ways a sort of improvement, progress, innovations, let's say, okay? This word that everybody's saying. So we started to analyze our target. And at the end of 2015, Domus magazines, which is basically our the main magazines that is related to design, have published this issue of the magazine where they've published a map of the top 100 schools and universities all around the UK countries by giving all the details about these universities, even numbers of students, where they're placed, and contact person to be contacted with. What we are trying to do with, I was checking just the time, what we're trying to do with Digital Design Library, to switch the model, the way, to redesign, in some ways to hack the system that everyone is using. Everyone is running the library, basically, and running contents, let's say, volumes, books, or even multimedia file, to hacking the system and redesigning the process and how users get access to that content. Because first of all, we cannot release it online, because libraries don't have the intellectual properties of that content. We can deliver it for free. And we need to face this problem that we are a private network, not a public network. A library, it means that we don't have access to public funds, to the only support, the financial support that we receive directly for our members and partners, of course. The way we have access to the content is the switching point. Until now, everyone who would like to read a book or find something, some information, aggregates information, online and offline, even if you enter the library of your universities, but even if you're in your town, before entering the library, you need to know 2 things, at least. The title of the book, the name of the author, basically. So when you enter a library, the attitude that users have is, I already know what I am looking for. That's the main point. So switching this and trying to turn off this switcher, we have created this idea about the fact that while we are digitizing a book, we can convert, of course, the text with optical character recognition software as Google Books, make underline and search full text inside the contents simultaneously on all the databases, not just the title and the name of the author, but the arguments itself. What does it mean? That I can use keywords, a set of keywords, and I can pre-select or not the section that I would like to search in. The results will be divided basically in books, magazines, video, and audio files. But it will not be related to the books. I mean, in this step, you're looking at the covers, right? It will be related to the page where that words, that set of words are connected, are linked to, right? There are already existing open source algorithms that do this, helping the search engine to optimize the research inside the content. So the results is basically, as most of you for sure as already know, Google Books works exactly like this. What is the problem? That the regulation today, especially in Brussels, there is a huge discussion around this. This is based on the fact that they are trying to write laws, trying to fighting this monopoly of Google online without caring about the fact that if we all today decide to start to digitize all our archive, Google Books will disappear in a couple of weeks in terms of numbers, okay? So the point is not to write laws against Google, and that is coming from America and trying to cap, yes, 1 minute, 45 seconds, sorry. But trying to redesign the systems with the tools that we have at our disposal, and we have it, right? Like, for example, the ultimate technologies that supposed to be a breakthrough system is blockchain technologies, because if I am exchanging, for example, a book or an entire research with you using that technologies, it is based on trust, on a collective trust. So I'm not using it for commercial purpose, and it is exactly like I am giving you my book or a book that I took to the library. We are a membership-based community, covering just the 100 universities around the UE countries. We are speaking about 100,000 potential users. At the moment we are 2,500. Digital Design Library is this. I will not bore you about this chart, but basically we are working also on the opening in London, and Kauno is the main partner for the development of yes, I have a picture, that's great, of what it is. Because we cannot deliver, no one of us can deliver the contents online if the intellectual properties is still covering the contents of the books, so if 75 years are not expired yet. We can put physical desk, digital desk, with inside, it is pretty strange this, but it is a trick that works. If you digitize your archive and you put it on the hard disk, and the hard disk will still remain in your library, you can do this. Okay, so we are prototyping this desk with a Wi-Fi hard drive inside, without going to any other server outside from that desk. And at the moment, you can use that content, that digital content. So as Gidonė said before, just by aggregating thematic sections from all the libraries, not only in designs, but also in medicines, history, literature, all around the EU country. Of course, we have started to digitize from the books that are already written in English for this reason. Let me try to finish that. The point is to open through these physical desks, okay, corners. We are trying to redesigning the library desk, the one with the most original one, inclinated surface where you sit and you have a space for a laptop, a glass, and you have two monitors where to consultate books and magazines. Of course, we have already digitized 100,000 books and magazines, and we provide consultancy. I also put the timing. And we are providing digitization and consultancy for all the other archives, because the point is we have the largest collections and heritage in design, but it is just one. How many designs, photographies, and art sections are in all the libraries together? So for these reasons, we are providing this consultancy. We digitize the sections, and thanks to this, we are increasing the archive, and the libraries are spreading all around the EU countries. Even here in Kauno, we have a library, but each with a desk, with a digital desk, each library, even the public one, can have their own sections directly inside the desk that we are prototyping here. Basically, that's it. Thank you. If you have questions, of course.